Did you know there's an ancient wall in Nigeria that might just be older than the Great Wall of China? Yeah, no joke. While everyone's out here flexing the pyramids and terracotta warriors, we've got a historical giant sitting quietly in Kano, and most people have no idea it even exists. All right, buckle up, because this one is wild. So let's rewind the clock. Way back. I'm talking before the British, before the Fulani Jihad, even before the Portuguese pulled up with their ships. Somewhere around the 11th century, right in the heart of what's now northern Nigeria, the people of Kano started building something massive, a protective wall, but not just any wall. This thing was a beast. We're talking about the ancient walls of Kano, known locally as Ganuwar Kano. Now here's the crazy part. According to early records, construction started around 1095 AD, during the reign of King Sarki Gijimasu. That's at least 900 years ago. For context, that's before Genghis Khan was born, and yes, before the major parts of the Great Wall of China were even constructed. Let that sink in. This wasn't some little mud fence either. At its peak, the wall stretched over 14 kilometers, encircling the entire city, and it stood 30 to 50 feet high. That's like stacking 3 to 4-story buildings all around a city with zero modern tools. Just manpower, intelligence, and raw will. But here's where it gets even better. The wall wasn't just for defense. It had 9 gates, and each gate had its own purpose. Some were for merchants, others for royalty, and a few for soldiers and security. There was even a strategic gate used strictly for cattle traders. This wasn't just a wall, it was an urban design masterpiece. Imagine a city planner, military general, and architect all rolled into one. And all of it done 1,000 years ago. The city itself was like something out of a movie. Inside the walls there were palaces, bustling markets, iron-smithing centers, scholars, and Islamic courts. The Emir's palace, right at the center, like the heartbeat of Kano. This was a civilization that didn't just survive, it thrived. Now you're probably wondering, why haven't we heard about this? Simple. Colonization messed up a lot. Much of what we know about African history, especially Nigerian history, was buried, ignored, or dismissed by foreign historians who didn't think African societies were advanced. But here's the truth. Kano's wall was older, smarter, and more culturally complex than many of the famous ancient landmarks taught in schools today. Even UNESCO acknowledged it. In fact, the walls of Kano were listed among Africa's most impressive ancient structures, right alongside the pyramids of Egypt and Great Zimbabwe. That's elite company. But let me tell you something that might sting. Today, large parts of the wall are either damaged, neglected, or completely demolished. Urban expansion, poor preservation, and just a lack of awareness have turned something legendary into a forgotten relic. Imagine if the Great Wall of China was cut up to build housing estates? Yeah, exactly. And yet, even now, if you visit Kano, you can still find parts of this wall standing tall. Worn, yes, but proud, like a reminder of what we once were, and could still be. So what does all this mean? It means Nigeria isn't just rich in oil and Afrobeats. We're sitting on layers of greatness, of stories, of empires that built, traded, fought, ruled, and left behind clues. The walls of Kano aren't just bricks, they're history. Their identity, their proof. Proof that we didn't just appear in history when Europe discovered us. We had systems, we had kingdoms, we had walls that stood longer than most nations have even existed. So next time someone talks about the Great Wall of China, tell them, that's cool, but have you heard of Ganuwar Kano? And hey, if you enjoyed this story, there's plenty more where that came from. Hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications, and let's keep digging up the stories that built this land. This is Ninja Relics, where the past is never dead. It's just waiting to be heard. Catch you in the next one.